What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 26th day of July, and here we are at about 23.6 cents now with 8 hours, 58 minutes left in the day. I do believe that we found our low, right? I don't believe that we're going lower than that. It could go lower. It's very possible that it could, and we shouldn't be discouraged if that happens. But looking at this, man, from a low to a high, anytime you get a magnificent move up like this, you do typically expect to find support directly at that 382, and that's exactly what you did. I mean, that's a perfect area to find support right there. I'm serious. The 382, the only way it'd be more bullish is if we found support at the 236, but that's a lot less common. This is very, very normal and healthy constructive behavior. So good job for anybody that bought at that low there at about 22 cents. We're at 23.6 cents now. I'm assuming that we're going to continue to move up. You know, looking at these daily indicators here, they look a little bit reset and ready to go. We're going to look at the 1 hour time frame and then come back out to this. There's some interesting stuff here that really does have some promise that we're going to move up higher. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, okay? Okay, come on now. 1 hour RSI is consolidating, kind of being boring. We do have this uptrend in the RSI, right, with higher lows, higher highs, that whole thing. Maybe here we have a little blemish there, I don't know, but we could come down a little bit, and that's okay if we do. Maybe we come down to 50 cents. Maybe we're at 47 cents, something around there. Find support and then continue to rally. So with that in mind, we could come down a little bit. The 1 hour stochastics are they're pointed down, but you're at an area where you could find support as well. The MACD just crossed red, so I think it wouldn't be crazy at all to assume that we could come down a little bit on the price for Doge. We're at 23.7 cents now. Maybe we come back down to that 23.3 cent area, an area that you found support before, you found resistance before, support here, and then you continue to rally, right? So something a little bit lower. I mean, we're talking about how much of a drop is that? That's not even that crazy. Talking about like a 2.7% drop, and not even a 3% drop at the most. You know what I mean? So nothing too crazy. Looking at this on the 4 hour time frame here. Let's see, 4 hour. Yeah, you've got some wicks to the upside here. Makes me think that you will come down, right? If you were to reject this area, though, I think you would have done it already. I mean, you've got so many wicks up there. You've definitely weakened this zone, and whenever you break out, you will continue to move up again. I mean, just remember, from the same price here, you had a 4 hour candle that moved up like 6%. The next one continued to move up. A little bit volatile here, but you can move up. You can definitely move up in a very short amount of time. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the day we were higher, but maybe first we come down a little bit, again, to this prior area of resistance and support and an area that you found support at before, right there at about 23 cents, 23.2 cents, somewhere in that zone. You're at 23.7. So we're not talking about anything large, right? Just very minor movement to the downside. Looking at this with our indicators, our handy dandy indicators here, MACD's crossing green, stochastics are pointed to the upside. I mean, everything about this is like the opposite of the 1 hour. It's actually all suggesting that we go higher, honestly. You do have a downtrend in the RSI on the 4 hour time frame, right? Lower lows, lower highs, but you could go all the way up and find resistance here at this area. And maybe what you do whenever you move up, you come down, you consolidate whatever, and you break out of your downtrend, inevitably forming an uptrend or something like that over the coming days. But I would think, I mean, just looking at all these indicators right now, I would think that you do want to move up higher. And then the daily time frame, here's where things, I think, get a little bit interesting. We're doing a lot of things that are very similar to the last bullish endeavor that we had, which going all the way back, let's just look at that real quick. Okay, looking at this endeavor here. If you notice, you got into the overbought zone, out of the overbought zone, into it, out of it, into it, and that was, that was your topping area there. The drops that you had here were actually identical to this drop here, right? If we're looking at this from a high to a low, that drop there was 22%. From a high here to a low here, come on now, let's go, there we go, almost 21% right there. If we're looking at this high to low here, that was not the high. Let's get it right on the high. This high here was 23%. So 23, 21, 22, they're all very similar, right, as far as drops go. And getting overbought, finding support in this area, that's exactly what you did actually with this drop here, right there. And if we're looking at the MACD, the stochastics, first off, you're at the 50. You're finding support at the 50 as well before making that run up. The MACD, each time that you found support, your oscillators, the blue and the orange line, they kissed, right? We touched tips here once, twice, both those times bullish and allows you to grow. We're looking at that there, right? Once here you touched and then you moved up. Once here you touched and then you moved up. Here we are, touching tips, pretty damn close. We could go a little bit lower, of course, a little bit lower from here, but inevitably, guys, I mean, we're showing the same signs we did back here. And the thing is, I think we're going to see a bigger move overall. I don't think that this move is going to be, I mean, maybe comparable as far as indicators go and stuff like that, and as far as bullishness goes. But if we're looking at this move overall from a low here to a high there, that was a 439% move. This move, I think, will be larger. 439% would take you up to about 77 cents. I think that this will be a larger move, and I think we do see new all-time highs. We'll probably stop around $1, just above, just below. I'm thinking just above $1. You know, people will think, I bet, and I am making a large assumption here, right? Nobody knows the future, but I'm assuming what's going to happen is everybody's going to say, oh, we won't break $1. We're probably going to find resistance below $1 or at $1. You know, it's going to be an area to find resistance at. We're not going to break it. If we do break it, we go up to about $1.10, and then we flip. We do the old reverse psychology on everybody. Oh my God, it broke above $1.10. Dogecoin's going to the moon, and then right as soon as Dogecoin breaks above $1, that's whenever it tops off and reverses. I bet we stop at like $1.10. So all in all, though, this move will likely be larger than our last move. If we take this here from a high to a low, the expectation there would be that we see, you know, something around the 1414, which above the 1414 would mean like 92 cents. Maybe we do stop just below $1, but I think we go up to $1.10 right there, about $1.09 right there. 655% move overall from the current price. That would be about a 4.6x. Okay, from the current price. Is that right? Yeah. 4 point. Is that? Come on. Get it right there. Yeah, 4.5x. So that's my assumption. That's what I think we're going to do. Likely this happens. I would assume sometime in August. Dogecoin, when it moves, guys, it's very fast. Even in this cycle where it's been very boring, it's still, whenever it moves up, it moves fast. And we're clearly in the midst of that move now. We've broken out. We're back testing prior resistance for support, and we're going to launch. Prior resistance here for support, prior resistance here for support, prior support even back here for support. And everything about this thing looks bullish right now. Weekly MACD, about to cross above the zero. Good stuff. Stochastics are pointed upwards, and the RSI looks immaculate as well. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If the question comes up at all, is it a good time to buy? I hope you can answer that yourself, but I think it is. And then if the question comes up, where are we going to go after that, right? Is that the cycle high? That is not the cycle high. That is not where Dogecoin's topping off this cycle. Dogecoin is going all the way up, you guys, to about $4.07, $4, just above $4, I would think. We could go higher. I don't think that we hit 420 or higher. It might be perfect if we did. In fact, if we got to any levels around 420, I wouldn't think anything above 420. I doubt that we get to 420. I think that it's going to be too much of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and it doesn't fulfill itself. It actually it gets tied up at levels below there. There's going to be so much selling pressure before we get to that area, but we could, maybe 420 at the highest, but something above $4. That's my expectation. I've got nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Thank you all. Subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.